This is how we're gonna do this. Because I got so much gravy I need to get to, I can't afford to wait till dark in order to film phone to phone. And the wind just died down, so I thought I'd need this external mic to cut out the wind anyway. And yeah, for all you ladies and you hotos dreaming of my semen, you do you. I don't do the hoto, but you do you. Which brings me to the song, Super Chicken, the Super Chicken song. When we were in a meeting the other day, a company-wide meeting with 30 or 40 people I've never seen, someone said something about singing a song in Spanish. I said, I could do the Super Chicken song. And about 6 or 8 dudes immediately started laughing, like a knee-jerk reaction. Like they didn't even have a chance to think about it first. They just started laughing from the Super Chicken song. You know, the video I titled, Safety Meeting Gallo Hero Style? That is a secret society initiation video. That chicken dance, tengo piernas del pollo y como él estoy muy flaco, también tengo muchos huevos, pero solo dos grandes y nunca mi culito. That video is what they started laughing at when in this safety meeting I said, I could do the Super Chicken song. That is a secret society initiation video. So, just like the Boule, or the black division of the Illuminati, Boule, B-O-U-L-E, the Gallo Hero are the Mexican division of this particular Illuminati. And so, a new hire is my niece, Melanie's daughter, Mariah's husband, named Carlos. And when he showed up, I didn't even recognize him. I was like, oh, hey, you work here? Hey, what's your name? He's like, Carlos, Mariah's husband. I was like, oh, hey, I thought I recognized you. Why? Because they all scattered like cockroaches when the lights come on. When I found my implant, fuck, I don't know if I've even seen that guy since the day they got married a few years back. I didn't recognize the guy. So I don't know if he's Gallo Hero or not. So Mexicans could be standing around using this new secret word. The secret word is hero guy. Is he a hero guy? I don't know. I don't think so. Oh, no. What's a hero guy? What do you mean, am I a hero guy? No, I don't think he's a hero guy. What does that mean? That means is he initiated into the microchipped population, the plasma fire primarily, the black dot craft, the sun tunnel. I know there's some more that I'm not thinking of right now. But when you ask, is he a hero guy, you're asking a code word for it, is he Gallo Hero? Has he seen the chicken dance song and everything that goes with it? Because when you tell him, no, I don't think he's Gallo Hero, I don't think he needs to be. I think we shouldn't show and tell him. Why? It's just this guy sings a silly song. How's that going to change my life? Dude, it'll send you down a rabbit hole you can never come back from. You will forever be changed. Your world will never be the same if we give you the Gallo Hero video or the Super Chicken song. What do you mean, man? How could it change my life that much? It's just a silly song sang by some guy. Because of all that goes with it, all of the knowledge, the illumination, the intel that comes on that same YouTube channel as the Super Chicken song, it is possible that when someone asks, hey, what was that joke you made? What do you mean the Super Chicken song? What's the Super Chicken song? Don't worry about it. I'm gonna walk the other way because I don't want to disturb this nice family in their peaceful day. So it's very possible. Say one of those Mexicans that laughed, one of his brothers is working there and they don't know nothing about plasma fire and he don't want him to go home and tell his mom because mom will just worry about it and get all freaked out. So when his brother asks, what was the Super Chicken song? What's that guy talking about? Don't worry about it. What do you mean don't worry about it? And if you tell him, because if I show you the Super Chicken song, it'll send you down a rabbit hole you'll never be able to come back from. They'd be like, whatever, what could it possibly be? So he sings a silly song and a dance. Because of everything else that comes with it on that YouTube channel. I don't know if Carlos is a hero guy or not. I don't know if he's Gallo Hero. I don't know if he's initiated. I don't know if Mariah talks about my YouTube channel and any of the things that are on there because they all disappeared and scattered like cockroaches when the lights turned on. As soon as I found my implant, everyone quit talking to me. And by the way, I found my implant before I started a YouTube channel. And on the YouTube channel, I only discussed plasma fire for the first 6 months of 2018. I found the implant of April of 2018, April 19th, 2018. 2 or 3 months later, that summer, May, June, July, is when I started filming plasma fire. Whenever that one in Spanish Fort Canyon hit, the big one in Spanish Fort Canyon, I filmed it from Doug's house in Springville, and I filmed 2 pillars, white and black. How Masonic is that? 2 pillars of smoke. That's on the first 8 months of video that disappeared, that they wiped out. And we're going to talk about that here in a minute. They wiped out the first 8 months of my videos when I was up to 555 subscribers. So, from Doug's house, I filmed those 2 pillars of smoke, realized by the rate of rise and how high these pillars of smoke had risen, 2 fires started simultaneously, and because one was white smoke and one was black smoke, they were clearly burning 2 different materials. So I don't know if Carlos is Gallo Hero or not. Ain't none of them spoken to me since I found my implant, which was about 3 months before I started my YouTube channel after filming my first plasma fire. And then I only spoke about plasma fire for the first 8 months on the channel. From July of 2018 until winter came along and I had no more plasma fire to film, and I was like, I got some viewers here, maybe I should tell them about that implant I found behind my ear a few months before I got sidetracked by all this plasma fire stuff. So, a bit like Mr. Miyagi teaching Danielson, wax on, wax off, paint the fence, right hand, left hand. So it is with the Super Chicken song. They didn't know that's a secret society initiation. And those who laughed at the Super Chicken song, they're Gallo Hero. They know about plasma fire. They're part of that secret society. They're hero guys. And you can blend those two words, guy and hero, into a lot of different sentences. And standing around with a new hire, one could ask the other, is he a hero guy? I don't think so. What do you mean, am I a hero guy? What the hell does that mean? Don't worry about it. Maybe someday you will be a hero guy like us. But for now, nah, he's not a hero guy. Oh, all right. In other words, don't say anything about it around him. He doesn't know about it. And it's plausible that one of those guys has a brother working there or that might hire on it sometime in the future that he don't want knowing about plasma fire, because he'll go home and tell mom and my sister and they'll all worry and get all freaked out. So it ain't for everybody. 77 would be their secret code number. GG, Gallo Hero. Get it? A bit like Mr. Miyagi, all they thought they were doing was getting a funny a joke about those Hotos, the 3 amigos. Nah, there's some codes embedded in there that you can now use. Gallo Hero, is he a hero guy? Nah, I don't think he's a hero guy. 77, baby. That's the secret number of the Mexican division of this Illuminati. And as for a secret handshake, all I got to do is go like this. And they start laughing. They know what I'm talking about. All I got to do is go, and they know. That's a reference to the Super Chicken song, which is a portal, a gateway drug, if you will, that leads to plasma fire, airborne aircraft carrier through the Santilli telescope, black dot craft flying in our skies, microchipped population, because Parker knows he took the lobe squeeze challenge, and anyone else who wants to know, all they got to do is ask Parker. I haven't asked anyone else, here, check it out, squeeze my ear. I know they're all pussies. And personally, I'm kind of disappointed in all of them. They kind of disgust me, all of them. That's why I didn't stick around to company lunch the other day. I walked up, looked around, and walked the fuck away. We'll talk about that another time. But What did I just say? I was just going to segue to something. Oh yeah, airborne aircraft carrier that I filmed through the Santilli telescope made by KC Kid 913. Someone asked in the comment section of a video I recently made showing everything about that, what happened to KC Kid 913? He ain't posted anything in 2-3 years. I went to his house. I'm going to put 2 links in the description of videos that I made sitting in his driveway. After I got my car towed to his house because it was out of gas at 4 a.m. And the police officer that agreed to tow my car to his house only did so because I was able to scroll through the text messages and show him the one where he invited me over and said, I cleared out some space in the garage for you so you could pull your car in. And when I was scrolling through these texts, the officer could tell, he's like, those are all from you to him. Those are all from you to him, until I hit the one from him to me. Showed him, look, that one's from him to me. Oh, okay. Other than that, I didn't know anyone in Missouri, and they were going to impound my car because I had nowhere to tow it. I had to call my sister to get the tow bill paid for. Anyway, the officer allowed me to tow it to Jack Hoskins' house, aka KC Kid 913. The next morning, actually it was that morning because I got towed at like 4 a.m. I'm making a couple of videos from his driveway saying, I think you're home. I hear your dog barking inside. And he was home. Because when I went in the backyard to change my clothes and then came back out to the driveway where my car was sitting, his Cadillac Escalade disappeared. He waited till I went in the backyard, jumped in his fucking car and split. And then sent me a text message. Get your car out of my driveway, don't ever come back, don't ever contact me again. I still have those texts on another phone that I have, but it got a cracked screen, so I got a new phone, but I have that phone still. Anyway, I made a video from in his driveway saying I'm here at Jack Hoskins' house. Maybe he was pissed off because I used his name instead of his screen name, KC Kid 913. But one thing I do know is he's not some high-level initiate that knew what he was doing, going, okay, let's send him on his way now. He's had enough. We need to get rid of him. He's been processed. He's just a dude going through a process like what I was going through. Because I don't know if these videos are still on his channel or if he erased them. But around that time, I saw videos of him pointing his camera at the sky, at the clouds, saying, spell my name. He's got a thick accent like Missouri. He's in Missouri, but Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia type accent. Pointing his camera at the clouds saying, spell my name. Spell my name. Go on, spell my name. Obviously, the clouds were communicating with him too. So much so that he thought God was going to do parlor tricks for him and spell his name. So, in the videos that I'm going to include in the description that I made from his driveway, you will hear me say the word reset. That the only way you get through this reset is to face your deepest fears. And this is a hologram that we're in, a cymatics prison, where you create your own reality. Much like Greg Braden said when he said that there's a saying you might have heard from your grandma, something that said, God will never put more on your plate than you can handle. And Greg Braden went on to explain that it is in amassing those tools that you will need to get through that experience that it triggers that experience to come into your life. You cannot have that experience until you've amassed all the tools that you're going to need to get through it. And it is the amassing of those tools that triggers the experience to happen in your life. And that's what I'm explaining from in the driveway of KC Kid 913, Jack Hoskins. After he split. Well, I'm not sure exactly when he split, before or after I made these videos. Pretty sure it was before. And in those videos, you will hear me talk about getting through this reset. That's right. You heard it here first. Now, you're in the middle of the great reset. Hearing me use those particular words should give you a little bit of understanding that My experience was very real, and like I said, you're all gonna have to go through this too, and everyone's getting a chance to show their true colors. Here we are. And referring to those dragon clouds, I say, well, you know what? In that video, I say, this is my last day in your world. Apparently I was wrong. So I'm not right about everything, but my experience was very real. It was not a delusional hallucination. And I speak of the reset that we're going through right now. And that you're all gonna have to join the Antichrist and summon the forces of hell against your enemies. And over the last few years, because of the COVID and the mask and the vax, there's a lot of people that are ready to summon those forces of hell and set them upon their enemies. Ride those dragons and pull those levers. Like I said later though, you don't have to actually pull the levers. You just got to get to the point where you're willing to do it, so you're not mad at God when God does it. When sitting in his driveway, telling you about this reset, remember, I'm also the only one that can see the trees burning from the inside. Still to this day. The only reason you know anything about that is because of me. Which brings us to a guy named Mark. Anyway, so those links will be in the description. One of them is titled, Love is the only thing that's real, all else is a delusion or an illusion. David Ike, because that's a quote from David Ike. That's one of the original titles of that video. That is the original title of one of those couple of videos that I'm putting in the description that I made from the driveway of KC Kid 913's house. Because at the time I was out of gas. I had just gotten my car towed the night before to his house. I was still out of gas. I still didn't have any money. Eventually, I had to call my sister to get her to give me a card number to pay for the tow bill, or they were going to impound it. Even though I had a place for them to tow it to, unless I could pay for the towing, they were going to impound it. So my sister that night came up with a card number for me to give the officer to pay for the towing bill. The next day, I had to call my mom. And I tell you in this video that I made in the driveway that I had to drive myself to that point of desperation before I reached out for mom's help, because she's the only one that loves you. As above, so below. You're better off reaching out to your holy mother, right? Loch Ness mother. They turned our mother into a monster because your mom loves you. Your dad, he's going to say, you dumbass, I told you not to be a dumbass, and now you were a dumbass, and look what you got yourself into. Now you're just going to have to learn your lesson. So, at some point, after I've made those two videos that I'm going to link in the description, I ended up calling my mom. She wired some money to the Walmart, and I was able to walk to Walmart, get that money, grab a gas can off their shelf, go to the gas station, put some gas in that can, walk back to my car, put that gas in the car and get out of there, as KC Kid told me I'd better do, get my car out of his driveway. Because you see, he invited me there. Before I ever had any intention or desire or plan of going to Missouri, he said, hey, I live in the Kansas City area. If you're ever in the Kansas City area, stop by. As fate would have it, a couple days later, I was headed that direction, but I wasn't going there to see him. I was going there because I had previously delivered food. And at the time, I wasn't driving truck. I was driving Uber in my car. So he had no reason to think that I was going to be passing through Kansas City area, because at the time, I wasn't a truck driver. So when he said, hey, if you're ever in the Kansas area, stop by, he didn't really mean it. For one, he didn't really expect me to to accept his offer. And for two, when I got there, he told me to get the fuck out of here. But it's understandable, I ain't mad. Look at me in those videos. I'm tore up from the floor up, and the shit I'm saying sounds crazy as fuck. But in the past few years, it's been proven that reset that I was talking about is happening. Those dragon clouds I'm talking about, in that video I made in his driveway, I give you the idea. I say that maybe they'll come out and say that all these dragons in the sky were an advertisement for a movie. And the movie I'm referencing is Set Godzilla Free, a movie that was coming out at that time. And I say, you know what? They might just come out later and say all these dragons in the sky were just like some new technology they used for a advertising campaign for a new movie, and then everyone else will forget about it. Now people see those dragons in the sky all over. Jack Hoskins was obviously communicating with these clouds when he's pointing his camera at the cloud saying, "Spell my name." So he was another guy going through an experience just like me. So I can't blame him for running me off. But the truth is, that was a fear-based decision, and you got to get your way through your fears. That's what this is all about, getting over that fear. So back to Mark. Mark is a guy who sent me some text messages with the clouds, his pictures of clouds. And I showed you the black dot craft floating in the clouds. And he sent me a pissed off text today saying, "You made me look out like an ass. You owe me a public apology." And he might even threaten me in some weird fucking way. I don't know, I'd have to read the text again. But that's why I'm doing this. I ain't got time to fucking film phone to phone and show you all this shit. I'm gonna get around to the cranberry juice commercial that says, "What will you do with all that power?" And I'll include those links in the description. Anyway. So Mark, he's all pissed off because I made him look like an ass in the last video where I show you some of the cloud photos he sent me, not mentioning anything about the black dot craft within them. And let me tell you something about Mark. He's the new Tiger Doug. I'm going to include 3 links in the description regarding Tiger Doug. The original video that I titled Prayer in Sea. Our world is slowly dying. I'm not wasting no more time. Don't think you will forgive you. And I ripped my audience a new ass for sitting around letting me carry this load, not doing anything to help, while our world is slowly dying. This is your world burning from the inside out too, assholes. And he thought I was talking directly to him, Tiger Doug. Told me, "How dare you talk to your subscribers like that?" Well, later on, I made a couple more videos. One's called Roasted Tiger Doug, and the other one's called Refried Tiger Doug. His wife brought him home a piece of plasma-fired wood. He then made a video about plasma fire, and it's like, it was a hostage video, like his wife was just off scene of the camera saying, "You better fucking make this video, Tiger Doug, or no pussy for you." He's like, "Oh, fine, if I have to." And when he tried to make this plasma fire video, he did everything he could to conceal the one and only source of his information, where he knows everything that he knows from about plasma fire. This guy. His underlying priorities and principles were revealed through his standards of behavior. When he tried to make a plasma fire video and pretend that, well, the working theory is this, and people are calling it plasma fire, he blurts out my name real quick and then starts talking about 2 or 3 other people that are supposedly documenting plasma fire. None of them are showing you the trees burning from the inside out. One showed you some directed energy weapon fires from other countries, and he's calling them directed energy weapons. The motherfucker tried to conceal. His main priority was to not say Jeff's name. And I made a video. I told him, "Dick, your wife can see the difference between reality that she knows to be the truth and that presentation of a facade, of an act, of a charade that you just put on when making your plasma fire video that she forced you to do by bringing you home a piece of it." I saw him post a video just the other day. He's debating the nuances of scripture. He's still stuck where he was before. That ain't gonna make it through this reset. So